So a Reddit user recently decided to use face swap to make all NBA players in the starting lineup women. So I thought it would be interesting to go through each team and say how attractive I find the quote-unquote woman. I'm sure I'll definitely regret this video, but let's go. So first up for the Atlanta Hawks, we have Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, and John Collins, as well as Clint Capella. And I don't know, this one's pretty tough. I guess Trae Young looks pretty decent as a woman. Maybe you can argue John Collins without the hair. I don't know what's going on with the hair over there, but this is a pretty rough one, guys. I guess Trae Young would be the most attractive woman out of all 5 of them. For the Boston Celtics, this one has Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, and for some reason Tacko Fall, I guess for the meme. But this one's pretty rough as well. In my opinion, Gordon Hayward would look the most attractive as a girl because like everyone else here, not really doing it for me, you know. They're not that great. But Gordon Hayward, probably the most attractive one out of all the Celtics as a girl. For the Brooklyn Nets, we have Kyrie Irving, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, and Kevin Durant, as well as DeAndre Jordan. And this one's pretty rough as well. Some reason Kevin Durant doesn't look too bad, and Kyrie isn't too bad either. Joe Harris and Karis LeVert, DeAndre Jordan aren't really doing it for me. I guess Kevin Durant would be the prettiest woman out of all the Nets players. For the Charlotte Hornets, we have Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, Malik Monk, and Cody Zeller. This one's pretty rough as well. I guess Cody Zeller and Malik Monk are my top 2. You can add Miles Bridges to it as well, but I think Malik Monk is the best looking Charlotte Hornets player out of the starting 5. For the Chicago Bulls, there's Kobe White, Thomas Satoransky, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter Jr. In my personal opinion, the top 3 are Kobe White, Zach LaVine, and Thomas Satoransky. I guess I would have to give it to Kobe White. He would probably be the most attractive female out of all the Chicago Bulls starting 5. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, we have Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Jetty Osman, and Andre Drummond. For some reason, there's no Kevin Love. Apparently, the user said that it was taking too long to make him into a woman. But in my opinion, these ones are pretty rough. I guess Jetty Osman is the most attractive woman out of the Cavs starting lineup. For the Dallas Mavericks, we have Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Kristaps Porzingis, and Boban Marjanovic. And maybe the top 3 here are Luka, Kristaps, which kind of looks like a Swedish model for some reason, and Tim Hardaway Jr. as well. He looks pretty good. I would say, my personal opinion, Kristaps is the best looking Dallas Maverick as a woman. For the Denver Nuggets, we have Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Will Barton, Paul Millsap, and finally Nikola Jokic. And I don't know, guys, this one's not that great. I guess Will Barton would be the most attractive here, but I'm not really liking any of these pictures of the Denver Nuggets starters as women. You know, not one of my favorites, but I guess it has to be Will Barton. For the Detroit Pistons, we have Derrick Rose, Svi Mykhailiuk, Tony Snell, yikes, Blake Griffin, and Christian Wood. And in my personal opinion, Blake Griffin, Svi Mykhailiuk, and Christian Wood are the top 3. I would have to say, in my personal opinion, I think Blake Griffin looks the most attractive as a woman from the Detroit Pistons. For the Golden State Warriors, we have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Eric Pascal, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney. And I'm pretty sure this is pretty obvious. Klay Thompson looks really goddamn good as a woman. You guys can't even deny that. Klay Thompson is the most good-looking Golden State Warrior in the starting lineup as a woman. For the Houston Rockets, we have Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Looks like face swap kind of messed up there with the beard. But anyway, we have Daniel House, Robert Covington, and PJ Tucker. And I don't know, guys, this one's pretty rough. No one really looks that great, but I guess Robert Covington is the most attractive Rocket in the starting lineup as a woman. For the Indiana Pacers, we have Malcolm Brogdon, Victor Oladipo, TJ Warren, I think, Domantas Sabonis, I'm pretty sure, and Miles Turner. In my opinion, the top 2, Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis, but I would have to give it to Domantas Sabonis. I like the blonde hair. It looks pretty good on him as a woman, you know. So Domantas Sabonis is the hottest woman on the Indiana Pacers. For the woman on the Los Angeles Clippers, we have Patrick Beverley, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Ivica Zubac. And in my personal opinion, Paul George, Kawhi, and Zubac are the 3 hottest women on the Clippers. But I think I would have to give it to Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard is the hottest woman on the Los Angeles Clippers basketball team. For the Los Angeles Lakers, we have LeBron James, Alex Caruso, Danny Green, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard as women. And this one's not too great either. My 2 personal favorites would be Danny Green and Anthony Davis, which I'm pretty surprised about. I don't think Anthony Davis would look that great because of his unibrow thing. But I guess I'm going to have to give it to Danny Green. I think he's the most attractive Laker as a woman. For the Memphis Grizzlies, we have Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., Kyle Anderson, and Jonas Valanciunas. My personal favorites would probably be Dylan Brooks and Kyle Anderson. I think Kyle Anderson kind of squeaks it out, so in my opinion, he's the most attractive Memphis Grizzlies starting player as a woman. For the Miami Heat, we have Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Kendrick Nunn, Bam Adebayo, and Myers Leonard. This one's pretty rough, but in my opinion, Jimmy Butler and Myers Leonard are the top 2, and personally, I think Myers Leonard is the most attractive girl out of all the Miami Heat pictured here. So he is the most attractive Miami Heat woman. For the Milwaukee Bucks, we have Eric Bledsoe, Wesley Matthews, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brooke Lopez, but it actually could be Robin Lopez, I don't know, but I think it's Brooke. And out of all these players, I think it's pretty clear. Eric Bledsoe, in my opinion, is the best looking Buck as a woman. I don't think there's really any contest between the 2. I guess Wesley Matthews could give him a run for his money, but I think Eric Bledsoe, she's the best looking Buck out of all these pictures. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, we have D'Angelo Russell, Josh Okogie, Karl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley, and Juan Hernangomez. And Malik Beasley looks pretty good, and I guess Juan looks okay, but I think it's pretty obvious. D'Lo is drop dead gorgeous in this picture. He looks great, and he is the hottest player as a woman on the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the New Orleans Pelicans, we have Lonzo Ball, Drew Holiday, Derek Favors, Zion Williamson, and Brandon Ingram. And I guess Derek Favors looks pretty good. Zion, Lonzo Ball kind of has these cool eye things that make him look really futuristic. He kind of looks like a next-gen human, but I think it's pretty obvious. Brandon Ingram is the best-looking New Orleans Pelican as a woman. No doubt about it. For the New York Knicks, there's Elfrid Payton, RJ Barrett, Mo Harkless, Julius Randle, and Taj Gibson. And these are pretty brutal. I don't really like any of these. I guess Taj Gibson is the best looking Knick because some of these other ones are pretty brutal, and I don't know what's going on here with face swap, but it can't fix any of these guys on the Knicks. Sorry, Knicks fans. For the Oklahoma City Thunder as women, we have Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I think Terrence Ferguson, then there's Danilo Gallinari, and finally Steven Adams. And these ones are pretty brutal. I don't know, I didn't really like any of them, but I think I would have to give the most attractive woman on the Oklahoma City Thunder to Chris Paul. He kind of looks the best here out of all these pictures, but once again, not a great lineup, you know? For the women on the Orlando Magic, we got Markelle Fultz, Evan Fournier, I think James Ennis, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Vucevic. Personally, I think Markelle Fultz looks pretty good, and so does Evan Fournier, but I think I would have to give it to Aaron Gordon. He's the best looking female on the Orlando Magic squad, and I don't really think there's any competition between them. So Aaron Gordon, the best looking woman on the Orlando Magic. For the Phoenix Suns, looking like women, we have Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Dario Saric, DeAndre Ayton, and Aaron Baines. To me, none of these look really that great. Personally, I think Devin Booker looks like Dora the Explorer or something. I don't know what's going on there, but in my personal opinion, I think Dario Saric would be the best looking woman out of all these 5. So that's what I have for the Phoenix Suns. For the Philadelphia 76ers, we have Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid looking as women. These are okay, not too bad, but I think there's a clear-cut favorite in Ben Simmons, and I would go as far as saying that Ben Simmons looks the best as a woman and better than anyone else that's going to be featured in this video. He looks like really good as a woman for some reason. So that's what the face swaps for the Philadelphia 76ers looks like. For the Portland Trailblazers, we have Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Trevor Ariza, Carmelo Anthony, and Hassan Whiteside face swapped to look like women. And in my personal opinion, I think that CJ and Dame look okay, but Carmelo Anthony probably looks the best as a woman out of all these five. So Carmelo Anthony is the hottest woman on the Portland Trailblazers starting lineup. For the Sacramento Kings starting lineup face swapped into women, we have De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Nemanja Bjelica, and I think Richaun Holmes. And some of these look okay, some of these look pretty bad, but I think there's a clear favorite in De'Aaron Fox being the hottest woman on the Sacramento Kings if you really had to face swap him into a woman. So De'Aaron Fox, definitely the hottest one out of these five. For the San Antonio Spurs, I personally think this is the hottest team with a bunch of women. We have Bryn Forbes, DeMar DeRozan, Lonnie Walker, Trey Lyles, and LaMarcus Aldridge. I think all these women are basically pretty attractive. I think the worst one would be Lonnie Walker in the middle, but everyone else looks pretty attractive. So I think the Spurs are probably taking the cake on this one as an overall team. For the Toronto Raptors as women, we have Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Serge Ibaka. These are okay. Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet are decent, but I think Serge Ibaka is the hottest woman on the Toronto Raptors. For the Utah Jazz as women, we have Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Bojan Bogdanovic, Joe Ingles, and Rudy Gobert. I don't really think any of these are that great. Some of these just look a little bit off, each one of them. But my personal favorite, I think, would be Rudy Gobert being the prettiest woman on the Utah Jazz. So that's what I'm going to go with, Rudy Gobert. Finally, for the Washington Wizards, this one's pretty brutal in my opinion, but we have John Wall, Bradley Beal, Jerome Robinson, Rui Hachimura, and Thomas Bryant. And I think basically all of them just look exactly the same. They don't really look like women in this picture, other than Jerome Robinson. He looks pretty good as a woman. She looks pretty hot, you know. So that's what I have as my favorite on the Washington Wizards out of these five. Jerome Robinson is the hottest player on the Washington Wizards. So there you have it, guys. These are NBA players face swapped as women. This is a pretty rough video, but let me know who you think is the hottest NBA player as a woman. And make sure you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and share this video with one of your friends if you think it's funny. Thank you for watching. See ya.